What's up, collective? Let's get some messages for the 3rd. This is April 2022. These are collective messages for worldwide collective. Please God, clear, concise messages. Thank you, amen. This is the situation. 1 to 3. All right, everybody. Come on. 2. Alright, what's going on today? What's the situation? All right, so we have the 2 of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles. So really making plans about being the most stable, independent person that you can be here, or someone in your environment, or this is planning to be around this person, to become this person. It's definitely setting the wheels in motion. This is a vision, bringing to life, and this is practically speaking, a very comfortable, practical position to be in. 9 of Pentacles talks about the single lady. She's doing really well for herself here. And with the globe and the 2 of Wands hands, there's this sense of, this is making a decision about a direction, right? So the world is literally in your hands. You can make any move you want to make. We are in Wands energy here, so that is about your action, your will to action, your behavior. And then the 9 of Pentacles, so either toward this person or toward this lifestyle. All right, so let's see what your thoughts about the situation. You or the other person's thoughts about the situation. All right, so we have some Swords energy. We saw this yesterday in the feelings for the situation. So this is interesting in your thoughts about it. So definitely there's a lot of stress here, sleepless nights. Yeah, very interesting that we would have seen this yesterday as well. So really it's there's too much overthinking here. There could be being too close to a problem, not reaching out for help here. Communication, thoughts, ideas, just mental energy here with the Swords being air, right? Mental as an element, but also in the thoughts. So this is, for whatever reason here, guys, this is extremely stressful. So for someone in the collective or for the collective energy here, this is a lot of stress. So let's see what's going on. How do you feel? You or the other person, okay? So how do you feel about the situation? And we have 2 9s, if that's important to anyone here, 99. All right. So your feelings are talking about just, wow, okay, so yeah, a message needs to be delivered here, something that, look at all these majors. So can we just talk about the fact that 3 majors jumped out in your feelings? And we're going to talk about these probably first here, just because they're really... all of the major arcana cards are pretty intense and carry their own weight, but in terms of the situation, the thoughts about the situation, and then your feelings, like you could feel here that you could be jumping out of your skin. There's just a lot of energy here, just some major traffic going on in your feelings. So for the purposes of today's reading, the situation will always be the 2 of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles. So all right, the Tower. So we have some Mars energy here, or Aries. We have, the God of War. There's something that's really upsetting here. If this is a love reading for you, because we do have this, this could be, it's a general reading, right? So if you're whatever you're looking at it as, I'm just saying, if it is a love reading, this could be about needing to get your point across about how passionate this situation could be, okay? So we just, in any Tower or even Wand situation, we do have that phallic energy. So it could just be like something's definitely coming to a head here, and it's sort of being kept under wraps, or somebody knows that something's being kept under wraps because it's opposite here to the High Priestess, who talks about that sense of intuition or that sudden awareness, that flash of discovery here, but in an extremely powerful way. So here, and I want to look at the devil for a moment. So this could be toxicity. This can be in any way, right? This can be whatever this situation means for you. And we'll look at their signs, respective signs, I think, in a minute. But just in terms of devil energy, this can be control. This is power, perhaps, you know, like abusive or abuse of power. This can be, you know, addictions, obsessions. This is, and it's usually pretty based, there's just, generally speaking, temptation, right, around the devil. So, and he's right next here to the Knight of Swords. So you could be dealing with a younger air sign male here. Or any air sign, okay, for that matter, but possibly a male here. Or it's about an air sign of some sort, if that fits your story, or you're that person. Or it could just be fast-moving information. You can see here with, I don't know if you can see the horse's face, but even the horse looks scared in this painting, right? In this image. So there's just a lot of rushing, perhaps even argumentative, someone, especially because swords is featured here as well in the thinking, and then here in the feeling. It's like, you know, with this being Gemini ruled, there's a sense of overthinking, right? What did I say? What do I have to say? We saw the Seven of Swords yesterday as well. There's this sort of planning or like an agenda. And again, I want to indicate with the swords, especially with swords energies, in particular with the court cards here, there's, well, any swords energy, okay? There's an element of programming. There could be generational differences here. It could just be way, upbringing, right? Just differences in the way that people communicate, love languages, however you want to put that. But, and it could just be argumentative here because something is very shocking. So in your feelings, and you could be taken aback by your own feelings about something. This is quite powerful, particularly because it involves maybe you knew something was coming. Or you can feel something coming here as well, with regard to what you've been thinking about this situation. So let's look at a most probable outcome here for this, because maybe your intuition could be, I just want to look at this for a minute here, guys, because I don't often see these three majors together. The Tower, the Devil, and the, you know, if this is about you and your own life, this could be about, and it doesn't have to do with anyone else necessarily. It could just be about you knowing what you have to do to pull yourself out of toxicity here. And you're being, like, you could be getting downloads here, and you could be really confused by that or feel unprepared for that somehow. But it's going to benefit you, and it's part of the journey. So it's actually extremely positive. It just, for some reason, not for some reason actually, and this is actually starting to make sense, because usually when we're learning or we're leveling up, and we've seen like level up cards in the past couple of days, there's this element, there's a shedding of the skin, right? You need to leave something behind. We saw the death card yesterday, for example. So yeah, leaving something behind here could play a major role. But, you know, toxicity includes not just toxic people in relationships, whatever your story is here, guys, but it could just be habits, patterns, right? Whatever that is. But, so So you or someone else could be the bearer of this news, or it could just be, like I said, because this doesn't have to be a person, it can just be you becoming aware of something here, or it being communicated to you somehow, maybe just through social media. It doesn't have to be anyone you know. And then Gemini is a mutable sign. It's also third house, so this could be short distance travel, and it could have to do with immediate members of your family. All right, so let's see the most probable outcome here. Also things at night, hidden, you know, the feminine mystique, as opposed to that here with the High Priestess, as opposed to femininity with the Empress, okay, which is card number 3. But with this, there's a mystique. There's a sense of, it's a very mysterious energy, and that's what I mean here. It's almost like, you know, it's your intuition, it's your higher level, you know, your higher voice, your inner voice. So that's why I'm sort of calling it could be a download here. But, all right, let's see most probable outcome for this situation. Wow, what an exciting reading it became. It was sort of looking pretty, you know, with the minor arcanas up here. I was like, all right, well, it looks like it could change pretty rapidly, but there's a lot going on within here in the feeling, in the emotional world, it looks like. So, and that's normal when you're leveling up, leaving something behind, letting go here of toxic things, becoming aware of them, having to confront them. We looked at some shadow work cards the other day as well. But don't despair. I really feel like this is a leveling up. Something has to be, something that wasn't on solid ground has to come to an end to begin with for you to rebuild or move on, whatever that decision is. So let's see what's probable outcome for the worldwide collective. All right. So we have 4 more cards jumping out here. So yeah, we've seen 8 of Cups the last couple of days as well. That's sort of like, you know, walking your own soul's journey. Dark Night is the soul situation here. So, and another major arcana here after the Page of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune here, and then the King of Pentacles. So here in conjunction with the Pentacles indicated with the situation itself, definitely this is going to speak to security for you. You are moving into a more secure position in your entire life because I feel like there's this dragon slaying here. I don't even know where that's coming from. And none of these cards have ever said there's a dragon being slayed. That's not what that means. It's just a feeling intuitively that I'm getting about this, that you get to get rid of something. You're shedding skin. I think I said something about that yesterday, and it's through this massive awareness and you know, and I'm going to look at obsession as a term, not as an energy here necessarily with the devil, because that usually speaks about things that have us tied down and it's an imbalance. But I just mean about the word obsession anyway. You can make certain things work for you. Like if you have been, or if you feel like, you know, you're obsessed with making it to the next level and you're doing it with that higher purpose, or you know, you could say that it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You know, obsession is a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, if it's around making it to the next level and you're just trying to pull through here, just make sure that this isn't like synthetic. Make sure this isn't synthetic, like you're like codependency, or you're depending on something else, or for you know, another high. Like once I get this, I'll get high on something else. Like this just feels here like a pull through. Like just pull through one more day or one more whatever, and like keep going. Like they say, if you're going through hell, keep going, because you're definitely leveling up here, and prosperity awaits you. So the 8 of Cups is looking at the dark night of the soul. You know where you need to go, what's going to make you happier here. Page of Pentacles is really good news. This is positive news in a practical way. This could be a small gift to yourself or from the universe. With the Wheel of Fortune, this is something coming back around, a second chance for you to do something that the universe is giving you a hand with. It's not like a judgment call that you need to make here necessarily. This is something that's just sort of like, oh, you could be becoming aware of something here, for example. And then the King of Pentacles, some nice, solid, rooted energy. This is luxurious living. It's slow. This pentacle energy is slow, so something could feel like it's taking a while. Could have to do with the body or the five senses as well. This could be health related. But we are looking again at things like possessions and expansion. So being able to take something that was small, maybe even a small investment here. So maybe don't get wrapped up in what could go wrong or went wrong in the past, for example, here. Some major signs that we're dealing with. I already mentioned here with Mars or Aries, we're dealing with Capricorn energy here. We have Pisces energy here. And I did say Taurus. You could be dealing with a younger male earth sign here. In addition to those other signs, we have some Cancer energy. We have Gemini. We have Aquarius. We have some more Aries. And wow, so much love. All right, let's see what's going on for external and internal energies and then overall energies for the collective. Look at this. So external energies. More Pentacle. Okay, so this is hard work. So the 8 is right before you get to live it up. You get to have money put aside. You get to buy that nice thing for yourself. It's like a treat card, but it's also through discipline. This is very disciplined energy. And then opposite of that, we have the King of Swords. We have that sort of cold, calculated energy, but extremely wise, ferociously intelligent. And very matter of fact, but it could be institutional as well if this is institutional and business related for you. And then we have vehicles, homes, success, victory here with the Cancer World Chariot. So moving straight ahead, this is really positive energy. If this is about full force moving ahead, this is knowing what you've been working on, knowing what you need to do next. Your investments are solid here, and I would say whomever you're about to get advice from, this could be an older air sign male, that it's going to be solid information. So whatever is forthcoming here, you or the other person, or the situation, like I say, if this is institutional, perhaps this is science, a scientific institution, education, military, etc. So this is very, very positive, okay, guys? And then that full speed ahead energy here, that cardinal, you are, it's like all, what do they call, all cylinders go? I think you know what I mean. But it's very interesting because the Two of Wands here is sort of saying, yeah, I want this. And they're looking right at this energy, this self. It's like, you know, when you perfectly take care of yourself, everything in your own life, like pure independence. But not so that you can hoard it, so that you can just be that person for yourself or in a relationship or to get to the next level that you want to be. So it's a really positive place for you and you feel very confident. It's exciting energy. It's moving very fast and it's victorious with the Chariot. We do see a victory here. Here in the internal energy, wow, or subconscious energies here, we have the Emperor, we have the Three of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is just, you know, pure love. It's an offer of love. And it's looking right at this Emperor who, you know, this is Big D energy, this is divine masculine, this is boss energy, right? This is someone bossing up. Could be an older Aries, or it could be just someone dealing with their first house energy, which is their self-propulsion, like the direction that they're taking. And right in the smack center, as you can see, is the Three of Swords. This is a lot of heartache. So this person or this energy within, if this isn't internal or it's speaking to you or how the other person's feeling, they either want or expect or need, or I'm feeling this love around this broken heart here, okay? And it could even be at work. This could be a work situation. We do see the Eight of Pentacles indicated here. If it is a work reading for you, I would say that if something was cut off, especially if you're dealing with a Cancer individual, I would say that something that was cut off here is actually quite traumatic and not feeling so great. Because there was a lot of love here. And the only way we can actually feel that, even if the Ace of Cups weren't there, is that the Three of Swords indicates that you have to have a heart in order for it to get broken, right? So, but nonetheless, the offer of love exists, and it's very, very positive. Is that if this is in your own feelings, then this is bossing up in your feelings around something that you thought might shatter you. But it's definitely, it's rough. The Three of Swords that's a rough time. But you will get through it, and like I say, you're in your feelings here, so a lot is going on today. It could feel like an emotionally intense day, so try to be gentle with yourself if that's the case. So overall energy here, guys, right? Lovers, so big decision. Whenever I see the Devil and the Lovers together in a reading, this could very well be a love or romance reading for you. If that's the case, then somebody has a big decision here to make. And if you have options and there are potentials and possibilities and so forth, I would look for them. I would keep looking just because we have these here together, and this is your lower and then higher faculties here. So if you're not convinced, especially if the words, if something sounds too good to be true, etc., and you're like, no, I've heard this before, or your intuition is like off the charts, where you just, something's not measuring up, even though it's a nice offer, you know, I would count on yourself at this time, unless you're dealing with an older air sign here and you're dealing with those, say, institutions, those, you know, that I spoke about earlier with the King of Swords. So, yeah, you have some options here, or someone else has some options with you. They may not be choosing you. They may not feel chosen by you, etc. So if there's a big decision by you or someone else right here, it looks like it's still up in the air. No one's really convinced, and, you know, don't torture yourself about it. Take your time. Maybe it's not the last time you get to do this. So try to get out of your head about this too. Talk about it with someone else if that's the case, if you think that'll help. We do have, I think we already talked about the 2 9s, and then we have 2 8s here as well, if that is pertinent to you. All right, everyone. Thank you. I love reading for you. I hope you take something from these readings that's helpful. As always, thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.